So what HTML are we actually going to be using for email campaigns? I mentioned that it's kind of a limited subset of HTML that you're probably used to using. And it comes down to just a couple of things. So for the most part, we're going to be using generic containers for setting certain things like larger style blocks for children elements. So that's usually something like a div. If we're targeting specific elements inside of like a paragraph, then we use a span. And then to help keep things accessible, then we're using heading elements, H1 through H6 for those, that proper usage to provide those headings. Other than that, everything should really be wrapped up in a paragraph tag for paragraphs of text. If you want to, add that additional context and help make things a little bit more accessible, you can use strong to bold or use strong language to denote that. M for emphasis, or just use a span to update the styling of that text inside of there. And then the good old image tag for all of our images. So nothing too fancy. We're not going to see a lot of usage of semantic elements like section or article or anything like that. You can certainly add those things in there if you want to provide that additional context for people, but in email clients, if you're using a screen reader, a lot of them won't pick those up. They don't support them yet anyways. So it's kind of not necessary. It's not really necessary at this point. If we're doing a couple of like base things for our emails, they'll be accessible by default, which we'll look at this morning too. But it's really about using these very simple things, relying on these ones to get most of your work done. Beyond this, we're going to be looking at using tables too to actually structure the content of our email campaigns.